Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with ElectraSoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is going to be about manifesting multiple things at once. So if you are somebody who's manifesting the money, the SP, the job, the peace, the happiness, all that shit that you want, whatever it is, I'm gonna tell you right now that simply said, you can manifest a million things at once if you really wanted to, that there's no limit as to how many things you can manifest. And honestly, now that I think about it, I feel like I made a video on this a while ago. I don't even really remember, but I do remember talking about this. But then anyway, yes, you can most definitely manifest multiple things at once. There's no limits as to how many things you can manifest. So don't allow for anyone or anything to make you feel like you can't manifest multiple things at once, because if you do want to manifest literally the entire world in one day, you can easily do that, but it's entirely up to you. It's up to how often you're affirming. It's up to your belief system. It's literally up to you. Entirely speaking, as the main character, everything in this world is up to you. So if you are somebody who wants to manifest everything and its mama, feel free to do that, because you can fucking do it. Like, nothing in this world can hold you back except for you. If you have the open mind though, you are set free. You're like a bird. You can do anything that you want to do. And that is the most beautiful thing about using the law of assumption, is that you are completely and totally utterly free. It's almost like finding the solution to all of your problems, even though you have absolutely not one single problem, because you are not a problematic bitch. You don't experience anything other than the best. So with that being said, y'all, let's hop straight into the video so that we can get to talking about manifesting multiple things at once, because we know that we're meant for nothing less than best. And if we know that we can manifest everything and its mama, then why shouldn't we be able to, you know? It's entirely up to you though, just like I stated. Well then anyway, now that we're in, let's get to talking about this. Okay, perfect. So first things first, I want to let y'all know that if you are somebody who's manifesting multiple things at once, like maybe you're manifesting the perfect job, that SP, you also want to move houses, whatever it is that you want for yourself though, I'm gonna tell you right now that all of it at the same time can be manifested. The only thing that you have to do in order to manifest these things is just affirm and persist. That's literally it. And I say this a lot, that you have to affirm and persist within having what it is that you want, because it quite literally is as simple as that. Just affirm and persist. Do not let it go. Do not give up on it. Do not do anything other than what you are supposed to be doing, which is simply sticking to your affirmations. So even if you are manifesting the SP, this, that, all that stuff, you have to understand that the only way that you can't get one but you can get the other is if you say to yourself that you can't have this but you can have that. Do you understand? The only way that something can actually be unbelievable to you, or something that you can't manifest, is if you, the main character, claim that you cannot manifest that thing for yourself. If you are as free as a bird though within yourself to say that I can have anything that I want, I can do anything that I want, I can manifest anything that I want, blah blah blah, then of course you're going to be more than capable of manifesting all of these things. The only thing that you have to do really is just keep up with your affirmations. And I say this like this because it's the truth. Keeping up with your affirmations is extremely important, because you know, you could be over here affirming that your SP is perfect, but then you start thinking about the money and you're like, I can't get the money, it's not gonna happen, blah blah blah. You're totally contradicting exactly what you're manifesting for. You want the SP and the money, so claim to yourself that you can have both, that you already have both. Because if you are stating that you have one but not the other, then that's exactly what you're gonna end up manifesting for yourself. You're gonna end up manifesting the fact that you have one thing but not the other. And I know this for myself as well, because there were times, yes, that I would be affirming for multiple things at once, and I felt like one thing was more achievable than the other thing. The only thing that's separating you from actually having these things is the belief that one is easier to have than the other. And that's why you have to totally eliminate the belief that certain things are not easy to have and other things are, because they're all fucking easy to have. They're all meant for you to be having within your reality in which you are happy with them, because this is your life for a reason. There are no limits when it comes to this unless you claim that there are. I'm gonna tell you right now that your mind will be the solution to all of your problems, because your mind will easily manifest exactly what it is that you're looking for, simply because you said so, and that's it. You already know that you're more than capable of doing it for yourself, because you've seen other people do it. If you know that other people can do it, then what separates you? Absolutely nothing, unless you say that you are being separated. Do you understand? It is entirely up to what you say for yourself. If you give yourself the okay, open the door up, bitch, you can manifest everything and its mama in the second that you say so, simply because you said so, and that's it. So within you manifesting multiple things at once, the one thing I'm gonna ask that y'all do is that you create affirmations for yourself accordingly in regards to what it is that you're affirming for the multiple things that you are affirming for, okay? All different areas, all different subjects, whatever it is, but make affirmations that feel extremely natural to you, that you know that you would be saying if you actually physically had these things, because you already have these things. In the 4D, bitch, it's already manifested. You just have to wait until it physically in your 3D manifests itself, but trust me when I say that it's already done in your favor. So what I did for myself here was I would look at all these different areas within my life, right? Let's say, for example, I'm manifesting an SP, I'm manifesting money, manifesting my perfect dog, and manifesting my perfect cat, okay? Within my mind, the one thing that I would do for myself is I would simply visualize myself having each of these these things. I would visualize myself with the SP, having the money, having the dog, and having the cat. And upon me visualizing myself having all of these things, I would simply think to myself what it is that I would say to myself if I actually had these things. I would say to myself, damn, I manifest this SP, period. I would say to myself, ooh, this money belongs to me, duh, period. Why the fuck wouldn't it? I would say to myself, this dog loves me and I love this dog, duh, of course I would have the perfect dog because why the fuck wouldn't I? And I would say, I love this cat so much because why wouldn't I? This cat loves me too. We're so happy together. And boom, this is exactly what I would be saying to myself if I actually had these things within my reality. And that's what you have to start affirming to yourself consistently. I would start affirming to myself, damn, I got the SP, period. I got the money, period. I got the dog, period. I got the cat, period. Like, I would start maintaining that for myself as opposed to looking at all of these things as difficult, can't really have, not really realistic. No, the only way that these can actually be things that I can't have or that they're unrealistic is if I claim to myself that they are unrealistic to have or that I cannot have them. But the second that I visualize myself having all of these things, I already know that it's possible and that it's done. Because I promise you, if you see it within your mind, then you can have it. But that's why it's up to you to make that change for yourself to say, I can have this. Not having it is not associated with me, because not having things is not associated with you, simply said just like that. If you claim that everything within your reality is something that you can have, I promise you, you've just opened the door to all of the things that you want plus more simply because you said so. So upon you saying to yourself, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this, every single time that you think about these desires, these multiple desires, whatever it is that you're affirming for yourself, you got to start thinking of them just like what you were saying to yourself when you were visualizing you having each and every single one of these things. Your thought process when you think about the money isn't, oh, I don't have that. Your thought process when you think of your SP isn't, oh, I don't have them. Your thought process when you think of your dog and cat is not, don't really know when I'm gonna get them. No. The new and official thought process when it comes to thinking of any of these desires is simply, I already have it. I already have it. It's done. It's done. It's done. Each and every single one of these things is already done, manifested in your favor simply because you said so, and that's it. Do you understand and do you see the simplicity around manifesting multiple things at once? The only thing that you have to do is just quiet your mind from telling you that you cannot do it, because the only way, again, that you cannot have what you want is if you claim that you cannot have these things. The only way is if you say that you cannot have these things. So if you claim that you do and that you can and that you already have them, then you will already fucking have them the second that you say that you do. Every single time you think about these things, it's straight up the affirmations. It's straight up exactly what you've been saying to yourself the entire time. It's straight up the fact that you've always had these things and that the thoughts that you had surrounding already having these things are implemented within your physical reality, regardless of whether you can see these things in front of you or not. Because anything that you see within your physical reality is not real unless you say that it is. So if you sit here and you claim to yourself that everything that you see within your physical reality is what's real, and the fact that you cannot see your dog, cat, SP, and money in front of you means that you don't have what you want, then that is completely your choice that you made for yourself by stating to yourself that these things are not possible for you to have, not capable, and not real, because how could it be real? The only way that it can't be real is if you say that. So don't allow yourself to succumb to the thought that these things can't be real, because yes, they can be if you claim that they are, and that's it. It is as simple as that. Now, one thing that I will say I feel kind of trips people up when it comes to manifesting multiple things at once is the fact that they feel like one thing might be realistic to manifest, but the other thing is not really realistic to manifest. In reality, everything is equally as realistic to manifest as you say that it is. So you manifesting a mansion is as realistic as you manifesting having $5. Do you understand? It is just up to you and your belief system. If you say to yourself that you can't, but the other thing you can, then that's exactly what it's gonna be. But you want both things to be equally as realistic to have. And so guess what? They already are, simply because you thought it to yourself and you said so, and that's it. So if you are one of these people that you feel like one thing is realistic but the other thing is not, I'm gonna need you to take a step back and to really ask yourself why you feel like these things are not equally as realistic to manifest as you want them to be. Is it because one looks bigger to you? Is it because one is more logical to have? What is it? Figure out what it is and combat that shit by saying that each and every single thing that you want is equal. All have the same amount of chances of manifesting itself simply because you said that they do, and that's it. It is entirely up to your belief system. Just like I've been saying the entire video, it is entirely up to the way that you perceive these things. Do not allow for things to be harder for you to manifest just because you think that they are hard to manifest, because they really are not difficult or hard to manifest unless you give it that okay. But you don't want to give it that okay, so don't. Tell yourself that they are all equally as simple and as easy to manifest as you want it to be, and watch it manifest itself as you are continuing to affirm and persist within having these things simply because you said so, and that's it. Now, another thing I am going to say about this is if you are somebody who genuinely believes, and even though I don't really totally ride by this. Like, I'm just saying this as a side note, I guess. But if you are one of those people that feel like
it's really impossible for me to manifest an SP and a dog at the same time,
okay, if you feel really that stressed out about it, yes, it is gonna take some, I guess, getting used to within your mind to see that all of these things are equally as simple to manifest the second that you say so. But if you are somebody like this who you feel like it's a little overwhelming, which I do understand, I completely get the pressure you might be feeling surrounding manifesting such a huge thing in your eyes as opposed to such a small thing within your eyes, that I'm gonna just tell y'all to take a step back and to just focus on manifesting maybe 2 of these 4 things at the same time as opposed to all 4 things at the same time, just so that you don't feel overwhelmed while manifesting these things, because again, they're all equally as simple to manifest as you want it to be. But if you genuinely believe in that moment that one is easier than the other to have, then of course it is going to be that way unless you say that it's not. So we are going to continue focusing on the fact that these things are all easy to have. But again, if you do feel that overwhelmed, just take a step back and just focus on the 2 out of 4 things to manifest for yourself, and simply say that these 2 things, you already have them. And then once you manifest those things, focus on the other 2, whichever way makes you feel most comfortable, because at the end of the day, it is entirely up to your comfort level. But again, this does not go to say that you cannot manifest all 4 things at the same time if you really wanted to, because you can. This is just a little side note for those overwhelmers, which I get. Like I said, I've been there myself before. I've definitely felt some pressure in the past in regards to manifesting multiple things at once, but now it's really easy. But you see, being overwhelmed is not part of our destiny. It's not part of us being the main character, bitch, because we are the main character simply because we said so, and that's it. So once I got over that initial fear that I created for myself of me not being able to manifest all 4 things at once, I went straight into manifesting exactly what it is that I wanted for myself. And I ended up getting all 4 of these things or whatever else that I was manifesting for myself at the same time, simply because I let go of the belief that it was hard to manifest all 4 things at the same time. Once you officially let go of the belief that things are difficult to have, then I promise you, you will see just how easy and how simple it is for you to have everything and its mama in the bag for you, ready for you to have instantly, simply because you said so, and that's it. It's all about the mind. It is simply all about the mind. And that's the best thing about using the law of assumption, is that it is as easy as this to manifest everything that you want. Just like I stated before, you just have to affirm and persist. Just look at these 4 things as something that, bitch, it's nothing. Like, it literally is nothing to manifest. There is no reason as to why these things couldn't be manifested, because they could and they will, and that's it. They already are there. They're literally already within your physical reality simply because you said so, and that's it. If you ever feel like you're reacting to the 3D when it comes to one thing but not the other, refocus your mind to say that nothing in the 3D reality can affect what it is that you're manifesting for. And even if it feels easier to manifest this thing over this thing, that these 2 things are still equally as easy to have as you want them to be, and that nothing within your physical reality can phase you. Because if you can easily manifest this one thing but you feel like this one is harder to have, the only thing that you have to do is just redirect your focus. That's literally all you have to do. Make this thing as easy as it was for you to manifest this thing, because they both are equally as easy for you to have, and so allow it to be that way for you. It's all about mental discipline. It's all about refocusing yourself to focus on you, to focus on what it is that you're affirming for yourself, manifesting for yourself, and simply know that all of these things will be as easy to manifest, because they already are, for yourself, simply because you said so, and that's it. Manifesting multiple things at once is really super fucking simple. It's just quieting the mind, because the mind tends, I'm not gonna say tends, but can make things more difficult, because once you start overthinking, you want to spiral, but you're not gonna allow yourself to spiral, because again, all 4 of the things that you want are as easy for you to have simply because you want it to be that way, and that's it. And that's the best part about it, is that you are as free as a bird to manifest everything in its mama if you really wanted to. You are free to feel as greedy as a bitch as you want to, because being greedy is not anything that's actually real, because what the fuck is so greedy about getting what it is that you want, bro? If you want 10 things at once, you are more than capable and deserving of having all 10 of these things. Be as greedy as you fucking want to be, because you're not being greedy by claiming your power as the main character within your reality. Let bitches be mad if they see you manifesting this, that, bitch, who cares? This is your reality for a reason. Allow it to be as easy as you want it to be, my love. It really is that simple. So allow yourself to manifest all 20 things that you want at once, simply because you know that you can, and that's it. It really is that simple. So allow it to be that way for you. Apply what I told you within this video within your life, and watch yourself manifest every single thing that you want within a day if you really wanted to, simply because you said so, and that's it. Never giving up, simply focusing on what it is that you want, and watch it all manifest for you, because it will have no other choice but to do that for you. And so focus on that, my love, because it really is as simple as that to manifest exactly what it is that you want, even if it's 20 million fucking things. You can do it simply because you said so, and that's it. Alright, y'all, it's basically for my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helps to the best of its ability. And I know that it did because, guys, listen up. If you are somebody who's manifesting multiple things at once, I'm gonna tell you right now that the only way that you cannot get all of these things at once is if you claim for yourself that you cannot. If you are focusing on one thing more than the other, affirming for one thing more than the other, of course, that's more of your choice. You know, you're choosing to focus on one thing more than the other. So don't get upset if one thing manifests quicker than the other. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you can equally have all of these things at the same time if you really wanted to, if you were putting your focus on all 4 of these things or whatever else that you're manifesting for, so that they can all manifest within your physical reality at the time that you want them all to. It is super important that while you are affirming and manifesting for multiple things at once, that you are equally putting all of your focus on all 4 of these things, so that what I stated before doesn't happen, where one thing manifests quicker than the other. But of course, at the same time, if one thing does end up manifesting quicker than the other, just feel happy. Just feel like, check mark, next thing on the list. Okay, perfect. You feel me? But focusing on all of these things at the same time is something that you can easily do, because I do it for myself all the time, every day. I affirm for multiple things at the same time, literally constantly, all the fucking time. And all of the things that I affirm for, they all end up manifesting, because that's what I want for myself, because I'm focusing on these things, because I know that I can do it, and because I know that my affirmations will get me exactly what I'm looking for. The only way that I can't get these things is if I claim to myself that I can't. So if I'm focusing on one thing more than the other because I feel like this is more realistic and this is not, then that's entirely my choice to make for myself. But I feel like that would be a mistake in my eyes, because I should be knowing that all of these things are equally as easy for me to have, but it's just up to me to maintain that belief within myself to say that this is the truth, because it really is. Don't allow yourself to overthink with this either, because I know that some people feel pressure, or they feel like one thing is easier to have than the other, whatever else is going on. But I'm gonna tell you right now, no pressure has to be involved if you don't want it to be involved. It really can be as easy as simply stating that you have what you want and then you getting it, because at the end of the day, that is how easy our lives are supposed to be. It is supposed to be as easy as saying, I want this, 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 and this. I want that in purple. I want that in pink. I want that in red, whatever else, bitch. But simply stating all of the things that you want and then literally manifesting that thing for yourself. Anytime that you think about that thing, affirm. Anytime that you think about that thing, affirm. Anytime that you think about anything of the 4 things or whatever else that you're affirming for, just affirm, just focus. Do not repeat limiting beliefs to yourself, because of course, you know, limiting beliefs don't help in anything. Simply affirm the fact that it's easy for you to have, that you have everything that you want simply because you said so and that's it, and that your life is exactly the way that you want it to be simply because you said so and that's it. You can experience an entire life glow up overnight if you really wanted to. You can change the way that you look, the money that you have, and the person that you're in a relationship with overnight if you wanted to. The only thing that can make this process feel like it's taking longer to manifest itself is if you are stating that, again, one thing is easier to have than the other. No, it is not this way, because they are all as equally easy to have as you want them to be simply because you said so and that's it. Do not allow for your mind to be thinking in any way, shape, and form when it comes to this, because bro, it is as simple as you want it to be. Allow it to be this simple. Everything that I've stated within this video is exactly what I do for myself, and I'm gonna tell you right now that it works for me. And if it works for me, my love, bitch, it's gonna work for you times 10, because why the fuck wouldn't it? Our lives are supposed to be as easy as we want it to be. The only thing that you have to do is eliminate the thought process that life has to be difficult, that you have to go through certain things within life in order to have different things, and that you have to struggle a little bit in order to get to the good part. No, you don't. If you want all the things at the same time, you can have them for yourself, but you gotta manifest them for yourself, starting now by affirming and persisting, and that's it. If you live within your new reality within your mind, you will be living within your new reality within your physical reality, and that will make you a very happy person, because bitch, we were born happy. We were born destined to having everything that we want. We were born to have this shit in the bag, and so we do, simply because we said so, and that's it. Okay, y'all? It really is this simple. Apply exactly what I'm telling y'all here today within your lives, and I'm telling y'all, you will be manifesting that car, that house, and that SP at the same damn time simply because you said so, and that's it. So let's keep it fucking simple. Just like I always say, it is simply done just like that, simply because said so, and that's it. All right, y'all, thank y'all so much again for watching. God bless y'all. Please take care, everybody, and let's allow for this process to be as easy as we want it to be, because bitch, if we want that, if we want this, if we want you, bitch, we're gonna have it simply because we said so, and that's it. If you put all of your focus on the fact that having everything that you want is as easy as you want it to be, I promise you that shit will have no other choice but to easily manifest itself within your reality simply because you said so, simply because you're affirming for it, simply because you're putting your focus focus on it, and that's it. Manifesting multiple things at once is very easy to do. It's all about just shutting up your mind to telling you that there are limits when it comes to this, because there are absolutely no fucking limits if you don't want there to be any. Your life is supposed to be as good as you want it to be, so allow it to be this good. If you want everything in your life to be the way that you want it to be overnight, it is going to be that way simply because you said so, and that's it. So focus, fucking focus. Know that this is meant for you because it absolutely is, because that's what you want for yourself, and so allow for things to be as good as you want them to be by manifesting multiple things at once successfully, because you know that you fucking can, and that's it. Okay then, let's do it for ourselves successfully because we know that we can, and that's it. Bye. Okay, y'all, if you want the house, if you want the boo, if you want the money, if you want the glamour, whatever it is, you can have it all. You just have to focus on the fact that you can have all these things, that you are affirming on all of these things, and that you do already have these things, because why the fuck wouldn't you? If you see something within your mind, whether it be this, that, whatever it is that you're looking for, you already have all of these amazing things within your reality. And so with that being said, it's all about just claiming them, just maintaining them for you. Because the only way that one thing can be easier for you to have than the other is if you claim for yourself that that's the way that it is. But you don't want things to be that way. You want it all to be equally as simple for yourself. So allow it to be that way. Focus on all these things at the same time, or maybe not, whatever. But just know that they all have an equal opportunity of manifesting themselves within your reality just because you want them, and that's it. That is the best part about being the main character, is that you are as free as a bird to manifest all these things at fucking once if you really wanted to. So if you know that you have that power, if you know that you can do it, because of course you can, why wouldn't you be able to? Then do it for yourself, because that is what's meant for you, and that's it. Only the best things in life, only the most glamorous, only the most of the most is what's meant for you. So allow this shit to be within your reality right here, right now, all multiple things at once, all 20 things that you want, whatever it is that you want, my love, you already got it right here, right now, simply because you said so, and that's it. Allow it to be this simple, because it is meant to be this simple. Focus and know that you can do all of these things at once, right here, right now, simply because you said so, and that's it. Happy multiple manifesting, bitch. It's all already working out in your favor right here, right now, simply because you said so, and that's it.